live stream. And here I have Jenna and Daniel of Startup CPG. I'm going to let you each introduce yourselves and tell us what you do.
Jenna, please.
Sure. I am Jenna Moskowitz. I am the editor of Startup CPG's digital magazine called The Spotlight.
I'm Daniel Scharff. I am the CEO of Machu Picchu Energy. I'm also the founder of Startup CPG. Thanks for having us.
Yeah. Well, thanks for being here. There's a lot of excitement going on. Can you tell us, first of all, what is Startup CPG for those who don't know, those in the back?
Yes, for anyone who somehow avoided finding us on our Slack channel already. So Startup CPG is the leading national community for all emerging food and beverage companies. If you are trying to start a new brand out of your kitchen, garage, anything, we want to be there to help support you with free resources, access to a national community of about 15,000 people, and just basically do whatever we can to help you, because it's hard enough trying to start a brand without, I think, a lot of the obstacles along the way. And so we're here for you, and it's a lot of fun as well. And I encourage anybody to check out our website, startupcpg.com, click on the Slack link, and you will just be hurtled into all of the fun.
Awesome. And you just rolled out a couple of new special resources for your community. Can you talk about those?
Yeah. So, I think one thing that I really appreciate is somebody centrally putting in a little bit of effort to benefit everybody. Often it can be really effective. So the things that I'll think a lot of brands struggle with, we try to put resources, databases together. So like the one we're about to release is freight. So a lot of people trying to figure out how they're going to get trucks these days. There are shortages. We put together a list of 100 different freight carriers, where they're located, what temperature classes they do, all of that stuff. So you can just download it, contact all of them if you want to get the best rate. Here we go. And then we're going to publish one on the best credit cards for CPGs. Next month, we'll do one on warehouses as well. And then you can look in our past ones and see 3PLs, places you can donate or sell expiry food products, and a couple others. And we'll probably do another half dozen or full dozen maybe this year, just depending on what people are asking for.
And all of this is free?
It's all free. It's just it sits in our folder. We might ask for your email address, but that's about it. But our emails are great to get anyway. So
yes, yeah, I agree. I love getting my Startup CPG emails. So the other thing that you've done really well, because you really kind of got big during the beginning of the pandemic, is that you're bringing the community together. For a long time, it was virtually. Now you're starting to do more in-person events, including one very exciting event that's happening at Expo West. So can we talk about that?
Absolutely. Yeah, we've been really lucky to build a really lovely partnership with New Hope, and just cool, I think, for me personally, to get to know all of the awesome people behind the show, and I think appreciate how hard it is for them to put these events on, I think, especially these days. And so we have started doing really cool content with them where people get to hear about the show directly from them, and then we give away a booth. And I think building on that, we want to bring a lot of community to the show. The show for a lot of us is like the big event every year. And if you're not cool like Monica, where you're like a legit media person, not everybody always wants to like go out of their way to talk to you. They kind of like shoo you off their booth so they can talk to buyers and media. But people really want to make connections. And so what we do is bring events around the show. I think just so people coming to the show, they know they're going to meet a lot of people, have a chance to build really meaningful connections and have fun. It's a way to celebrate our community. So we will have a couple of events. The flagship one will be the Alley Rally, which we've rented out the Bolero bowling lane, which is a 1,200 capacity bowling lane. It's like cosmic bowling. They have an arcade. We've got a lot of fun stuff happening, some bowling competitions. I've been practicing every day, obviously, for the last year, getting ready for it. Me and Monica are going to take on Kiva Dickinson and Jay
Carls.
Squares. I've been talking a lot of smack, so we got to deliver.
Oh no, I need to start practicing too.
Yeah, honestly, it's going to feel like a celebration, and all of us who I think really feel like Slack friends and online friends who are like truly supporting each other over the last 2 years. I think now we'll all get to finally meet up in person and see that like this is a real community. We all have each other's backs. We're all, kind of working toward the same goals. So it's going to be super fun. We also have a meeting room at the show where we'll be hosting networking events and giving people a chance to connect with Nielsen IQ and get some free data and learn how to use data to tell their story. Also, they can meet with Catapult to just get some free tips on commercialization, scaling their ops from those awesome people. So lots of great stuff to come. And Monica, who I really consider one of my good friends, it'll be the first time we actually get to hang out in person.
No, it's crazy.
And good to see Jenna again, obviously. From the last time, I only see Jenna in person at expos. So
Yeah, wild.
you guys can come to Miami sometime.
And is Machu Picchu also exhibiting at Expo?
For sure, yeah. Really, it's going to be like our launch.
Yeah.
So we have a booth in the new products North Hall N2048. Everybody should come by. So we really, for the first time, people will be able to taste our full line of drinks. So we've got 6 lovely organic energy SKUs that we are launching. Best tasting thing in the set. You can come by and try it and tell me if you agree or not. I hope you will. And just super excited to get out there and just start sharing this thing that we've been working so hard on. And also, if you're not already following our Instagram, which you probably aren't because we just launched it today, hopefully everybody will, MachuPicchu.energy. And if you join up today, then you will get to hear a big announcement from us in the next couple days as we're announcing our newest brand ambassador. So super pumped about that.
Awesome. Great. Well, let's talk about brands. Jenna, you talk to a ton of entrepreneurs and you feature a lot of them in the spotlight. What are some of the cool brands that are just really interesting to you right now?
Oh my gosh, I don't even know where to begin. There are so many incredible brands right now. I think one that's really been piquing my interest lately, and I got to sample their products recently, is called Rooted Fare, Fare. They are incredibly delicious. They make actually a bunch of different things. They're all curated by Asian chefs. So the 2 founders are daughters of Chinese immigrants, and they wanted to support Chinese chefs in the United States who might be struggling to make a living. And so they pay them a premium amount to make these amazing chef-crafted products. So one of them is a Dan Dan sauce, which I've only ever had Dan Dan noodles in restaurants, and now I can make it at home, and it's amazing. They have a black sesame nut butter, which is really, really good. I've been putting it on everything. And then they have a chili oil, and they're just so good. The founders are awesome. They have a great mission, so I've been obsessed with them. And then
I want to chime in on this one. I want to chime in on that one too, because I am blown away by Rooted Fare. The the dried Sichuan chili oil, I think is the name. I mean,
yeah.
For me, I'm I could have a meal without it, but I wouldn't want to risk it. I have a lot of it at my house. It feels like you're in a restaurant when you have just their condiment. I don't know what you said, their sauce on pretty much anything. So I go back and forth between that and the peanut Dan Dan sauce. It's amazing. Everybody should get it. Everybody.
I'm glad you share my passion for that brand.
That was the one brand that Daniel was going to talk about. So you kind of stole
it.
I can talk about others, but that was independently. Jenna and I didn't talk about this. I think because Jenna and I get a lot of samples for brands that are interested in for our Shelfies program and other things. And I think both of us just message each other whoa, this one is unreal.
Yeah, we're some show-stopping ones, and that was one of them. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. What else, Jenna? What else is a showstopper?
Okay, well, this is something I hadn't anticipated trying or enjoying, but I'm interested now in the non-alcoholic sphere. And we got, you and I both got samples of Tennyson. I don't want to pronounce it wrong. Tennyson, TenneYson. And it's a plant-based botanical drink. I just put it over on the rocks and had it as you might have any liquor that you enjoy. And it is so interesting. I don't really know how to describe the flavor. It is botanical, that is the flavor. There's it's black ginger is the one they sent us. It's I hadn't really thought of like the need to have some kind of nightcap if you're like participating in dry January, but it does such a good job of that. It's like a little bit bitter, a little bit floral, and it just really like caps off your night in a very interesting way. And the flavors are so layered, and the packaging is beautiful. So if anyone's still participating in dry January or wants to take it into dry Feb, I highly recommend Tennyson. I've been enjoying it a lot.
It's really interesting. So I've been doing dry January, but I haven't really found any non-alc brands. I should have done some research ahead of time and just stocked my fridge, but I didn't prepare.
I think, I mean, if you're doing dry Jan, like I think it's easier to think you're just going to like omit alcohol, but there are some awesome and interesting replacements that kind of like satisfy the craving to just sip on something. So I've been enjoying a lot of different things this dry January, and that's just one of them.
Nice.
Yeah.
Right. I've got a few others to chime in on also.
Yeah.
I know I said I was only going to talk about that one, but now I was looking for all the stories that I've posted.
Oh, I stole it.
I mean, there are a couple that I need to bring up. Well, I don't know how many people were on our national, like we did a tasting party for Meli Bio, but it's an amazing product. Everyone's going to be hearing about it. They're using synthetic biology to make honey without bees. Basically, like the way bees make honey is by, getting like their ingredients from a lot of different flowers, and they're basically figuring out how to just do that directly and kind of bypass the bees. And it's super interesting. And they're going to go far, those guys. They're awesome. And then I also ordered the Quokka Brew, chocolate,
I think it's chocolate cereal milk.
Chocolate cereal milk. I mean, their regular one is, the regular oat milk latte that they have is phenomenal. Like for me, I have kind of basic taste buds. I love those like kind of cheesy Starbucks frappa lattes or whatever, but they have so much sugar, and this one's just as good, the regular one that they have without all the sugar. But then, the chocolate cereal milk one is super interesting. I just blew through the case that I ordered from them, so I'm gonna have to reload.
I need to try that flavor. Quokka Brew, so their thing is they're like low sugar oat milk lattes, but also they're like crashless. So it's like some blend with L-theanine, and it helps like the caffeine kick kind of last longer throughout the day without a crash. And they're so good. They were a Shelfies winner. So if anyone wants to apply to be in the Shelfies, you should definitely check out our website and apply for the next round of the Shelfies.
How long are you accepting submissions for that?
We haven't set a deadline. I mean, we kind of do it ongoing. Last year we had the Shelfies, I think it was August. Probably we'll do a little bit sooner this year, but we haven't finalized the date yet, but people can submit at any time. We'll kind of do a little bit of rolling work on that. But yes, we also use our submission form for pretty much all of our opportunities. So when we feature people in the Spotlight magazine or in our email newsletter, or just other opportunities, I mean, like you've heard us talking about some of the brands just now that we've been getting submissions for as well. And we always will be doing that. And we'll also have at Expo a chance to have some brands that aren't really big enough for a booth yet to kind of show off products out of their backpack. We're calling it the backpack brands area for those hustlers that are coming to the show, even though, they're not ready to take the plunge on the booth. So just great for us to get connected with everybody. And if you're not on the Slack, get on the Slack. 6,000 people on there. Link is on our homepage, and it's just fun. It's a good time.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm overwhelmed by the Slack. I still need to learn how to use it because it's a lot.
What's the most aggressive outreach you've gotten from one of our community members on our Slack?
I haven't. That's the thing. I don't use it enough. I get on there and I'm like, I don't know what to do. It's just another thing I need to learn. But there's a lot of value there. And certainly, your community members have benefited greatly from participating in that. So, well, with the rest of the time we have, are there any other brands that you want to give shout outs to?
Oh my gosh. I just have such a list. Like, don't open this door for me. One that I have been loving is Otherworld. So they just came out. Monica, you know them.
I love them too.
They're amazing. So they're a vegan pancake / waffle mix. You can just add water and make either. They come in 4 different flavors, and they're plant-based. They're made with upcycled ingredients. They're just like an awesome brand. They actually pack in a bunch of fruits and vegetables in every serving, so it's kind of geared towards children to have like a delicious breakfast that has cauliflower in it secretly. But I am a grown-up child and I adore them. They're like the best. I forgot that pancakes were like a thing that I could enjoy. And a healthified, plant-based version of it that sneaks in fruits and veggies is like a great way to enjoy pancakes and waffles. So I've been loving them. And they just launched, I think in November. Yeah.
What's your favorite flavor?
Oh my gosh, apple cinnamon. It's so good. What's yours?
I'm a banana chocolate chip fan, but they're all amazing.
They're all amazing. I feel like the apple cinnamon is like Apple Jacks meets pancakes to me.
Ooh,
and
yeah.
so I am like a nostalgic person and I love that, but they're all fantastic. They're really good.
Agreed.
Another one, well, I'll maybe mention a couple. Once So Good they have like the dried fruit packs. The pineapple is great. I didn't even know I liked pineapple that much, but I recommend checking that one out. There's another company, which this is like a little off the wall for us, but it's called Appert. And so this is a brand that's been successful in Korea. And so now I think it's maybe he's like the son of the founders there. He's now trying to enter the market in the US. And so they sent a couple super interesting SKUs that like, they're not quite right for the US, but the technology is amazing. So basically like sealed sweet potatoes. And then you open it up and they're like delicious sweet potatoes inside of the sealed packaging. And then they had another that was, I guess there was a craze for everything nuts in Korea. And so he sent one that was like, it was like liquefied.
Like an applesauce pouch?
Yeah, but it was like nuts. It was liquefied nuts. And I was
nut
like,
butter?
Yeah, almost. Yeah, kind of like that.
Like
And
porridge, I would say.
Like porridge, but it's all nuts.
Oh,
and I was like, man, this is amazing. What is this? He's like, yeah, no, because in Korea, there was this trend where everyone just wanted everything like nuts. And then we have this technology to do this. These are not the right SKUs for the US market, but the technology behind these things is very interesting. So now we're testing and probably will build up manufacturing in the US. So I think maybe we'll do an event with them later, but just pretty incredible, right? And nice when you already have stuff you can adapt instead of starting from scratch. Obviously a lot of advantages on their end if you can make it work. So that one, just super interested in. And then I feel like a couple years ago, the trend was basically everyone trying to start a granola company. Now I think it's moving more toward a hazelnut spread. But of the ones that I've had, the TBH one is pretty good.
Is it good?
Yeah.
I haven't tried it yet.
I haven't either.
I don't know if it would be all hype, but that's the best one that I've had so far. So pretty impressed with that. You guys should check it out. I'm always skeptical when it's like a celebrity founder and you're like, oh, is it gonna be good? No, it's great. It's a great product.
Okay.
Wow,
Cool.
I have to add that to the list.
Yeah.
I tried like every hazelnut chocolate
it didn't get submitted to us, but I offered Elena, the CEO, because she was coming through Miami and I was out of town. I was like, let's stay, just stay at my apartment. And then I think there's a dog rule, so she wasn't in the end able to stay there because she's a big dog. But she dropped off some samples, I think, since I offered. So it was nice, but it wasn't.
That's awesome.
I'll ask her to send you some samples too, Jenna.
Okay.
You're gonna have to offer up your apartment.
Right. In the end, no, she's like, all right, they didn't let me up there, but I left some samples there. Perfect.
Nice.
That was my strategy the whole time.
I'll offer my apartment more and maybe I'll get more snacks out of it.
We'll offer apartment for food. Cool. Well, either of you have any parting thoughts?
Everybody, I don't know. Yeah, look forward to ordering some of this incredible drink. Probably we'll start taking pre-orders in about a month, but I hope everyone follows us on Instagram, get ready for the website launch. And again, if you're not part of the Startup CPG community, we would love to have you. No matter what you do, if you're interested, it's a just super welcoming and exciting community. And just make sure if you're somebody who's tuned in through the Startup CPG LinkedIn Live for this, please make sure to follow Food Entrepreneur on LinkedIn and subscribe for the newsletter and all of the good stuff. Monica is a champion of this community and has given so many brands their first coverage or their most important coverage or their best coverage. And it just is really a true friend to all brands starting up. So thank you, Monica.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Let's do this again after Expo West. We can talk about our favorite brands on the show floor.
Perfect.
Cool. All right. Thank
so much,
you.
Monica.
Bye.